So this one is probably, I would say that kind of like you have everything under the sun. Is we usually it's like the integrated development, or mixed development. So it's very very convenient.
So integrated is actually the highest, and for more, it's actually very rare. I think there's only it's classified as integrated.
So hey guys, so the Pinery Residence right now is like seems like very hype, right? So what is all the hype about?
Why is it receiving such hype? Of course lah, because it's a mixed development. Usually mixed development is in demand and people like mixed development.
Another point is also Tampines, right? There's a lot of BTO upcoming, and very soon, right, all these will become upgraders, and this is actually what the huge demand is there also,
And moreover, the thing is that Tampines is a very hot town. I noticed that a lot of younger generations nowadays are all moving towards the east, and nicely, Chun there also got MRT.
Oh yeah, it's next to MRT there. Actually, actually it's direct integrated MRT, right?
Direct link,
Because once you come out of the MRT, right, then is this Pinery Mall already.
Yeah, so actually for Pinery Residence, right, we noticed that there is a similar project that was launched last year, which is the ParkTown Residences. So actually ParkTown Residence, right, they launched in 2025 with about $2,300 PSF average, right? So until now, they sold almost 95% of the units already. So actually today, right, we discussed about this Pinery Residence, right? We are trying to break down the projects and see and discuss why is it so attractive, and also everybody is so hyped up about this project, right? Talking about the good points. Then maybe we can also share that what are the possible risks that most buyers might overlook themselves. So moving on from earlier on that we have mentioned about the HDB upgraders and Tampines as a hot spot in the district, right? So probably, hey Derek, so what do you think of the so-called in the market context? Why is this project getting so much attention?
Yeah, because one thing is that I feel that this integrated project and it actually comprised for this 588 units. So I think it's not so big in terms of density or household wise. I think it starts from 2 to 5 bedder.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 to 5 bedder. So the thing is, it will be good as investment as well as own stay. Because one thing is that I noticed that the demand for rental is very high. Because why? Because integrated so everything is downstairs. Yeah, and I heard that this there's an NTUC as well as Kopitiam. Yeah, there's 2 anchor tenant already So it should be a very good, not say good but then it's a worthy investment, or rather to buy for own stay Yeah.
So you are actually saying that the unit types itself between 2 bedder to 5 bedder, it probably allows for a lot of either small families or young couples, or even families with at least, or even larger families, all they can accommodate. So it's very attractive to, especially the nearby upgraders and as well as the amenities wise, is very convenient for the residents over there.
So on top of that, it's within 1 kilometer to St. Hilda's Primary School, which is a very good school, one of the best in the East and Tampines area. Most of the people who stay Tampines want to have their kids get into St. Hilda's. Quite established school.
I think another strong point is actually yesterday, I think developer just released the official starting price. You'll be very surprised. The price is actually starting from 2,340 per square foot. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually very attractive price and quite safe. Okay. Just for instance, recently the Oriole at Tampines at the EC, right? There's a one bounce out unit, one unit only, and I think about almost close to 40 buyers come into ballot for just one unit, and it has actually transacted close to 2,000 PSF.
Well, for EC to transact
for
at
EC,
2,000 PSF.
almost hitting 2,000. So for your info, the next EC upcoming next to Pinery,
Just
which is-
opposite only
Yes,
Diagonal.
Rivera, right? I think it's Rivera.
Rivera.
Rivera EC, right? That one, I think easily will be easy cross 2,000. I think on the average will be about 2,1, 2,2. So if you imagine if I say Rivera hitting 2,1, 2,2, and Pinery is actually starting from 2,340, isn't this is another EC price? And this is integrated development some more. I think because of this price, I think everybody is actually can't wait to come in. And the preview is actually starting from this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fast, no?
Yeah, true. I think price is also very attractive, I would say.
Yeah, besides the EC probably have already going to cross the $2,000 PSF benchmark, right? Actually, we can also look at the past accepted prices. Like last year, the ParkTown residents, they sold at the average of at least $2,300 PSF, which already tells us that the market is able to accept at this price range. Yeah.
And also, in addition, if you take a look at past record, example Pasir Ris 8, also an integrated mixed development. Their average two-bedder, the profit already 300 over 1,000 for two-bedder. So you can tell that actually results justify that is a good buy for integrator lah. Good appreciation.
Yeah, talking about Pasir Ris 8, right? I remember back then, Pasir Ris 8 in one day itself crossed 95% sold in just one day. And on the paper itself actually came up, the developer actually upped the price 7 rounds.
Oh.
Just in one day itself. So you can see even the developer increased so many times, buyers are just buying. And that is in Pasir Ris. So now we are talking about Tampines. Tampines is actually much more sought after location.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think that's why also there's no one bedroom. You know, so it starts off literally with two-bedder. Yeah. So in terms of, I mean, the number of people, the density lah. What it means that, you know, the number of people using the facilities and then with the mall inside together. So I think it makes more people are more comfortable lah. I mean, there's more space to walk around and things like that. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So the prices aside, then probably I think there is also another part of it is that it is actually 这个是 integrated 还是 mixed D
Integrated.
Yeah. So there's this part that probably is also an integrated development. Then for integrated development, this itself, right, already is a different asset class already. Yeah. So we can say that probably you know that not all new launches are actually equal, right? So basically we in my opinion there is these few tiers that we can classify them. So the first one will probably be the normal condo with standard facilities and like amenities and stuff like that. Another part of the development is near MRT.
Mixed development. There's another one called mixed development.
Yeah, so this one is probably, I would say that kind of like you have everything under the sun. We usually it's like the integrated development. Yeah, or mixed development. So it's very, very convenient. And all these, the stronger the development type, right, usually is the more resilient of the demand, I would say. So we actually have a quick comparison over here, right? Firstly, you can understand that a condo probably have different, have 3 classifications in my opinion. So the first one probably is the normal condo that have the full facilities. Location-wise, probably is not near anywhere and stuff like that. Then the second one that is, you can be either near MRT, the condo that's near MRT, or is a mixed development, mixed D type of development. Yeah. So for example, the condo itself residential on top and the first floor commercial, this kind of condo is actually considered as a mixed D. Then the final one that you can, and residents can probably enjoy the full convenience and accessibility with a condo facilities is what we call the integrated development, which is what Pinery is classified under. Yeah.
Okay, to add on, integrated developments is actually having a direct link to the MRT. For example, what is the mixed D and the integrated differences? For example, let's say Watertown. Watertown is actually mixed development because it doesn't link direct to the MRT. Okay, but let's say talk about Sengkang Grand, talk about Pasir Ris 8. These are what we call integrated because it have actually a direct link. Means one button you go all the way down to the bottom, link up to the MRT. So there's a different classes of asset class we are talking about. Yeah. So a lot of people always tend to mix up with mixed development and integrated. So integrated is actually the highest, and for more, it's actually very rare. I think there's only 10 over developments in Singapore. It's classified as integrated.
Yeah.
Bedok Mall is one of them also.
啊，不多吗？
多了，更多了。
没有，比较少，
10多个而已，
10多个，
现在10多个。
10多个而已。
Healan Mall.
Really classified as
One knows
integrated 啦。
Yeah. So normally, based on the past statistics, right? Normally, the stronger the development type, right? It contributes to more resilience of the demand. Yeah, the demand is usually stronger. Yeah.
Demand as well as the rental aspect of it lah. Yeah.
Because you basically it's just one button. You take the lift down either to the MRT, to the supermarket, to the food court. Everything is just within one button itself. Yeah.
So besides all the other hype so-called hype driver that we have discussed, right? Actually, do you all think that the upgraders actually form a very important factor for this for the potential of this project?
Definitely it is because nowadays people don't just buy and stay forever. Okay, importantly, it's not about buying. Actually, it's about exit. How actually exit? Because even let's say today you're buying for own stay or we actually buy for investment, right? There bound to be a point where you need to exit. So at the point of exit, right, do you have a demand? Because as long as there's a demand, then your asset value will actually appreciate even more. I think this is very important. So now we're talking about Pinery. So Pinery, what does the owner expect when it comes to exit?
One thing good, the Pinery has a very good timing lah. As in, expected TOP around 2029 to 2030. So at that point of time, actually about 5,600 units of BTO at very near Pinery actually MOP. So these people may want to mostly, maybe let's say 10-15% may want to upgrade because having buy their BTO at a very discounted price, subsidized price by government, so they actually gain a lot of paper gain, capital gain. So give them a very comfortable position actually to upgrade. So at that point of time, they actually definitely, most people upgrade, they will like to buy, when you stay at Tampines, you want to buy something near your current place.
Yeah. So to put this into context in a more illustrative way, right? Actually, if we take example from the Tampines North residents, an average of 4-bedder or 5-bedder, right? We have already seen that their profit gain is at least about $300,000 to $500,000. Yeah. So this gives them that additional funds to propel their portfolio forward.
Yeah, true. And because the moving forward, I mean, as I said, the Tampines area is full of young generation. So the younger the generation, most of them now has more earning power. So earning power plus the profit that they may gain from their HDB, I think all the more it makes them a little bit more easier lah. I don't say that it is very easy, but at least they don't face too much hurdle. Yeah, in terms of funds wise.
So adding on to earlier on what Zen has mentioned, right, about the HDB upgraders. So this is actually part of the pricing catalyst that we are going to explore further. So actually, basically, pricing catalyst, what we are exploring is the growth potential and what causes the price that can make the project have potential growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So generally, the price growth driver actually are the upcoming launches in the OCR. Most likely will rise up to above 2008, given that land price is continuously increasing. This is of course definitely due to our economy. If our economy continue to grow, the land price will continue to be more expensive. Inflation. Yeah, correct. And on top of that, if you have read recent article, now there's this Iran war. Actually, Iran war may cause property material causes to rise furthermore.
The
Yeah.
inflation of it.
Yes, correct.
I think the one of the closer one will be just now Zen you're talking about the GLS aspect. I think the other aspect is that because we know that just now we are talking about ParkTown because definitely ParkTown will TOP first
Correct.
Right.
And on top of that, the Bedok Rise, at Tanah Merah, the land cost already hit 1,300 over.
Yeah, because this one will be in the future. But what comes forward is that ParkTown will TOP first. So when TOP, normally the price will move up lah.
So actually, besides the nearby upcoming developments at the ParkTown area, right, where they have new malls and MRT Cross Island Line coming out, we can also consider that in the bigger area that is in the east side, we have the Paya Lebar Air Base that is going to start shifting from 2030 onwards.
Well, talking about this, once the Paya Lebar Air Base shift out, you know what will happen? No? The height restriction will actually also be removed. Because currently, I think there are many old developments are pretty low. So once the height restriction removed, government will start to increase the height level. So all these will become potentially en bloc. So once en bloc hit again, I remember back then 2017, where the en bloc fever is, that one is another record high. So imagine moving forward, the price, the so-called the cost of the land and the en bloc itself, the price will be getting higher and higher. And just now what Zen said, because of Iran war, I think a lot of material cost is also going up. So with the land cost and the material cost going up, what do you expect the break even of the future developers going to set in? Yeah.
The cost will definitely be higher.
Yeah.
So that's why it's naturally that prices of, I mean, especially housing. Housing is the main driver for the economy.
And of course, with the new area that is going to be developed from the Paya Lebar Air Base plot of land, right? Then they also have it actually contributes more to having a massive new township. Which government has also mentioned that we are going to prepare ourselves for the population growth. So with all these with all this demand in especially the east side of the OCR region, right, we can more or less be assured that this kind of demand will support the price moving forward.
So I think another point is, which is also talking about the Terminal 5 also. So Terminal 5, this is also one of the mega transformation in the east. So this will definitely also support the overall growth in the eastern side of the projects itself, like Pinery.
You're talking about in terms of maybe rental demand as well.
Of course, what? Yeah, because
more people coming in.
You know that the T5 is actually about the same size as T1 to T4.
So we must actually input the figures. That means how many jobs opportunity will T5 bring to the economy?
那个很难 expect 的嘛。
没有，你要大概讲，你要那个 number 给人家 like maybe 100,000 jobs.
Numbers
Actually, the direction is more like, because the opening of the T5, it will bring a lot of job opportunities in the area. So besides the growth, the capital appreciation that we can expect from the project itself, we can, for investors, investors might be keen to know that this is because of all these because of these upcoming developments, right? They drive the rental demand towards the project.
Because people tends to want to work closer to where they work,
True.
So this one also bring people from from other parts of Singapore to nearer, either to own a home here or rent a place here.
And also most important, they always say, east side, best side in Singapore. East.
Did I hear wrongly? Back side.
So we have as we have shared so much about all the good points on Pinery, right? For Pinery. So actually, are there anything that buyers should be careful about?
Of course, you ask me, not so good point is, like, because it's a mixed integrated development. So definitely there will be more crowd. So some people who write very want privacy. When you go down or what, it may be tend to be crowded. So people may not like.
But then I think generally the thing is that a lot of people wants convenience, especially seniors. You know, they want accessibility. Then so this one has a direct access to at least MRT. But the only thing is that Pinery doesn't have a bus interchange. But I think nowadays MRT is the main thing lah. Main thing lah.
So probably what you are saying is the convenience is only brought to the residents from the MRT, but probably what is lacking is the bus interchange over there lah. Yeah. So what I think is maybe they need to, the buyers might want to be more careful that about 我要怎样去讲这个 might want to consider, because at this current stage, right, the interest rates are actually very low. So what happens if the interest rates go back up?
I think important end day or whether buying Pinery or any other projects, right? Okay, I think financial prudency I think is very important. So before you commit to anything, right, I think it's always good to consult your real estate agent, okay, on your income, I mean on your this loan eligibility.
Affordability.
Yes, affordability. I think affordability is the key word lah. Yeah, because it's not about whether you are able to afford to buy today. It's about how you're going to sustain it along the way.
Must be prudent get your figures right, like
Correct.
How much will installment be, and then how much you can fork out every month. You don't everything all in then you eat bread for like during your meals, then I don't think it makes sense to me.
You have to always
Yeah,
buffer
must,
yourself in case of anything happen, like for example nobody expect COVID, right? Yeah, so if another similar COVID happen, are you able to hold your property without any financial
But we
difficulty?
always say have a safety net of at least comfortably 12 months
I think that's the key thing lah.
Yeah, because a lot of people always misunderstood which I always say, buying is easy because you got money
Holding is actually the key thing.
Yeah, holding is
it,
the key thing.
Because for now, I think for private property, right, minimally you need to hold at least more than 4 years because of the seller stamp duty.
That's the minimum lah. That's the very.
Of course, you can
minimum.
sell anytime, but just that always remember, if you sell within the first year, right, you will be subject to 16%, then followed by 12, 8, and the last fourth year will be 4%. So minimally, you must be able to hold for the next 4 years lah. And the best part for buying a new launch, right, so-called the building under construction, right, during the BUC period, right, your loan is not fully dispersed.
As in your meaning progressive payment.
Yeah, progressive payment. Yeah, correct.
Because in most case, because like everybody just have to be careful, I mean, just in case lah. If let's say everybody wants to offload, so-called free up, after 4 years, right? SSD. But then the thing is that it's always a contingency to have in mind to plan, just in case. What if when the time you want to sell, you are not able to offload fast enough,
But having said that, I think our government have been quite prudent on, because they introduced the TDS so restrict us from loaning more, so that we won't over leverage. So as a whole, if you do your math correctly, I think most of the buyer got the holding power in Singapore. That's why very unlikely you will ever see property crash happen again in Singapore.
Yeah lah. Hopefully so not lah.
So as a consultant, right, everyone here, right, if let's say the buyers already, they have done all their assessments and they want to go for this project, so how would you advise the buyers to do the evaluation for this project?
I think let's make it simple for them to easy understand. I think 4 points. You need to, the entry price must be right, especially when you are buying during the so-called preview period, because everybody will be there, then everybody will be FOMO, because units are gone very fast. So you need to be very firm on what's the right entry price. I think stack and unit selection is also very important. And then third one is actually your exit horizon. And last of all is the rental demand.
If you are an investor,
If you are
coming from
investor.
investor's point of view.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming to the ending part of our sharing today, I think buyers profile, I think for this development itself, right, I think most of the buyers profile, I mean, what kind of buyers profile we are looking into this for this project will be likely, suitable for upgraders, long-term investors, and also people who actually value convenience. Yeah.
So I think it's less suitable for those short-term flippers. Today we buy property, we should look at mid-term or long-term perspective lah. And it's also not very suitable for those buyers who are very extremely price sensitive. Because in today's market, 2004, 2005 is actually not cheap. Yeah, but having said that, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So for integrated development, I think the value is very high.
Yeah, so I think more importantly is as buyers, whether you are buying for own stay or as an investor, I think it's best that for buyers out there, they would like to speak to their own consultants. So anyway, that consultants can include any one of us here as well.
True.
Yeah. So if any one of you guys will want to have a full Pinery analysis, right? Whether is it a pricing analysis, stack comparison, or investment strategy, so you guys can reach out to any one of us.